This is spot silver on the daily scale. I want to refresh your memory here and draw attention to the structure that began right from this spot. And I think we have almost a textbook pattern developing with this being 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. We have a fourth wave right here, okay, and we have the fifth leg ending just under the third wave. Okay, so we can really point our finger and say, hey, we got 5 legs down, and that could be taken as one way. Okay, and then we went for a correction. The correction relates to the structure that you see here. So far, in terms of price and in terms of time, the correction is perfectly normal. Okay, it is clearly a correction because that looks like a 3-leg move. That looks like a 3-leg move, and we expected a reversal, a comeback, more or less to the previous high. There are two ways in which we can take it. Right now, we can't be sure which one is the correct because the pattern has not terminated. We can take this as an ABC, that being an ABCX. That opens the gate for this being an ABC. You see what I mean? ABCX, ABC. And then if that's the entire correction, silver should return to the base and actually crash through and go down in a third wave or a C. Alternatively, we can say we have an ABC that can be taken as an A, we have an ABC that can be taken as a B, and we are going to see a 5-wave move developing towards 16.917, and then we end up with a fairly classic common ABC structure, ABC like that, and then we go down. Let's have a look at the 60 minutes. And I think the structure that comes out here is fairly straightforward. This is clearly 3 legs. I told you at the time I have no issue with counting this as a 3-leg move, and I was calling for a move down to check the floor, and indeed this took a bit of time, but we got that. No problem there. And then I told you once we get a checking of the base, it's going to bounce back towards the previous high. That's exactly what happened. Now it is open. It's an open question. Do we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A? Is that going to morph into a B? You see what I mean? Morphing into a B, meaning it's going to do something like that probably. And that's going to give you another tiny 5 legs popping just above this level and then sinking. Okay, that will be classic A, B, C, or that's going to continue higher straight away, in which case it will increase the odds that we are dealing with a 5-wave run. Okay, a B will take a bit more time. If it goes straight up, then it's likely that it'll just attempt to go towards the 16.9, not sure it's going to make it, and then a reversal. A reversal back sinking, silver sinking back under 16.3, having attempted to rally and failed. That's a negative signal, and that could be actually a beginning of a major slide. Okay, remember 16.3. Okay, silver not making it much higher, but sinking back under 16.3, and obviously continuing lower under 16.08. You got a major sell signal. We are probably going into a third wave. Okay, it's now the daily. We are going into a third wave. That being our first leg, that second we go into a third wave or a C. Okay, remember A, B, C possible, or a 1, 2, 3. So that's the situation in silver, which is relatively much clearer. The pattern is much clearer than the one that is unfolding in the case of gold. Here's gold, that's the 60 minutes. We were working here with the idea that that's an ABC, very similar to what we had in silver. Again, working down its way here in a diagonal, okay, that I took as an ABCDE, as you can see here. And then the stretch back, I told you that when it was around here, we're likely to see a jump back to above 1340. That took place. Okay, that took place. Now the only issue that is standing between us and the next big move is to know if the pattern here is complete. Okay, there are two ways in which we can relate to the movement from the bottom here. We can count this, and it's not very clear at this point because the movement is not complete, you see. Once the pattern is complete, once you get a signal that the structure that started here as a unit, as a unit is over, then you can be more sure how to subdivide it. Okay, at this point in time, I would suggest we can consider 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, nearly complete, or maybe just a little bit of a pop here. It must not run above 1362. Okay, any rally above 1362, and my assumption here falls apart. I would have to reassess the situation. This wave count is not tenable, will be not tenable at that point. We would have to have a rethink. Otherwise, the other alternative that you could consider is ABC, that being an X, okay, instead of a B, that being an X. You run up, that's an A, that's a B, and that's a C. Complete, or needing just a little bit of a push here, and then reversing sharply. Silver sinking back on the 1320. I think it's pretty good signal that the correction of this swing is over. Okay, even coming back sinking, I would say under 1332 is already a bad sign. It's a bad sign for those who wish to see gold continuing high in this movement. It's quite likely it gave what it had to give. It's now reversing, it's looking down, breaking under 1321. I think start preparing for a potential break of 1302. Once 1302 is gone, I think we can settle into a pretty bearish wave count that will see gold breaking down by quite a bit, a big chunk.